Yay! A new season of RuPaul's Drag Race is back!
Plot twist.
Aww. Hi everybody, it's Miss Danny Baby back with another episode of What She Thought. This is my second episode recorded and I'm so glad to be reporting back on the premiere episode of season 13 RuPaul's Drag Race. Yes, it's back. Now, we have been waiting for this to come back for what seems like a long time, but maybe really wasn't, because we were in the corona and we did have two seasons. We had season 12 and we also had All Stars 5 during 2020, but we wanted this to come back. And what I was most looking forward to was having my normal sense of routine back. I'm tired of this new normal. All I wanted to see was these queens come back. I wanted to see them kiki when they walked in, watch them de-drag, turn back into a boy, see which one is the cutest, and watch them create some drag on a dime thing, and it didn't happen. They had this new show that we're going to get into, this new plot twist. Probably won't even have the makeover challenge, right? Because it's coronavirus. But everything has been changed. All in together though, I still love the show. So first queen to walk into the workroom on season 13 is Miss Candy Muse. We saw her, we loved her, we know she's gonna give it to us. She walked in with this denim outfit looking so New York, right? It was all down from the bottom, especially with the big radio. Bring me back to the Bronx where hip hop started, and I was just loving her whole look. She talked about being related to Aja and being in a group with her that disbanded and giving shade. Remember, we talked about that. But she actually looks like Aja a little bit, I guess. I did kind of see some family resemblance there. She kind of started off a little bit shady, talking about her being there and who she is, but her facial expressions were it for me. Those facial expressions. So she walked in, the first queen in the workroom. The next queen to walk into the workroom was Miss Joey J, and she walked in talking about filler queen. And it didn't look like the filler was anything that was in her behind her face or anything. So why would you call yourself a filler queen? I don't even know. And she had on these feathers that Miss Candy Muse had already picked out, talking about chicken feathers. I don't know the difference between these feathers, but she had on these chicken feathers. And the thing that I liked about Candy is, like me, like if I say something behind your back, I'm going to say it in your face too. I'm going to tell it to you also. It's not nothing me being shady. And Miss Candy in her interview talked about her chicken feathers. That's how I know. But she also said it to her. She said, come on, chicken feathers. So it's nothing that Joey J would be surprised by when she see the interview. So I'm starting to like Candy Muse about that already. So here we come to the plot twist, the gag of the season. Rue's message after only two queens. So once Rue came on the screen and it was only two of them, of course they started looking like, what is going on? I don't even know. And me, no me gusta. I'm tired of this new normal. I wanted my drag race to be the same. I wanted old things. Shows come on for a lot of seasons and think they have to switch things up, but I don't think so. We love drag race like it is, but of course we love a gag, right? So this is the gag of the season. Rue comes out talking about we're doing things just a little differently this season, and I don't know what's our definition of little, because this is not no little change. So our first, and obviously the gag is that they're doing lip sync straight off the bat. She doesn't say this is your last time to impress me. She says this is your first time impress me. So that should be a clue for them. But Candy talks about her and her new drag sisters with Dahlia Sin. And I meant to look because I know that when Dahlia was in the reunion for season 12, she had two queens with her that were kind of like dancing into her video with her. So I wonder if Candy Muse was one of them. I need to go look back and see that. Right? And so RuPaul, she's asking them what they want. how does their look that they have now represent their signature. And for me, Joey J, that's not her signature look. She had on a wig. And in her interview, she said that she does not wear a wig. Everybody talks about why she should wear a wig, but she never does. So to me, that wasn't her signature that she came out in her entrance look. But whatever. And so they start in this lip sync, right? Your first chance to impress Ru. And their lip sync is to Call Me Maybe, right? And when you coming out to lip sync, especially for the first time, everyone knows Ru loves to laugh. She loves her funny queen. If you can get Ru to laughing, you will last long on the show. And so when they came out to do their routines, Candy Muse was there, giving them a show, giving Ru the laughs that she want. And I didn't really see that from Joey J. Joey, she tried a little. I did see a little bit when she did something funny, but it wasn't in there. Candy had all the funniness. There was feathers all over the stage from her red feather outfit. Nobody could say she wasn't moving. She wasn't using that stage. There was feathers all over the stage. And just like she shed those feathers, I was hoping she kind of shed that lackluster performance and came and really proved it and really came out there. But again, these queens was really nervous. Maybe Ru really didn't tell them they was going to be coming out lip syncing first, because they were really nervous. Overall, I definitely expected more of the first lip sync, because I know they could kind of change the order around. Well, maybe a little bit, because they did have the pork chop loading deck behind, but I was expecting more from that first lip sync. Maybe it was the song, and that's what the song gave, and they gave what the song gave. My pick for the winner of this lip sync was Candy Muse. And who was the actual winner of the lip sync? It was Candy Muse. And so when Joey J, of course, when she left, she was stunned and everything. This was a surprise. She did not leave a goodbye message, and she just left. And brings us to our next two queens. So the next queens to walk into the workroom was Denali and Lala Ree. So Denali walks in first. She is from Chicago, right? And you know I love me some Shay. So she's from Chicago, and she's rocking ice skates. A first. That is a first in the workroom. And I hope they're not that sharp, right? I just watched some episode of 911 where the ice skates rolled over people's fingers and all of this stuff. And I'm thinking like, knowing that they lip syncing, I'm like, I hope those ice skates are not sharp. So then Lala Ree walks in, and of course she is full of life. Her outfit, though, in the interviews is giving me more than her outfit in the entrance look, right? I'm looking at that shirt that man had on, and I'm like, he is living for it. And then I look at the outfit that Lala Ree came in, and it's just like, okay, it's cute, but for an entrance look, I don't know. And Denali is kind of throwing shade on Lala Ree outfit as well, talking about how it could have been more. She just walked in with a bodysuit and a jacket. So yeah, but to me, Denali's outfit could have been a little bit more. I mean, ice skaters are always known, they always have these best, flashiest, glittery all outfits, and she had on an ice skating outfit with like feathers and things, but I feel like it could have been more glitzy and glammy to be talking about somebody else's outfit. But in all, they kind of had a theme going. They had the both white look or whatever, so they kind of matched. It kind of made sense for them to go together. So Denali and Lala Ree get to lip sync to When I Grow Up, right? And so that's a more kind of upbeat song and a more kind of like interesting song to do. So I did expect more of a show now after seeing the first girls, the first queens, and they actually did put on the show. Now remember, Miss Denali was dressed in ice skates. That's definitely a first, to have to lip sync in those ice skates. Oh my gosh, I was scared every time she lifted that shoe. I was like, get out of here. It was so scared. If I was Lala Ree, I would have been nowhere near her. I'm not going nowhere near them sharp ice skates. But she was doing her thing. Unfortunately, she had a lot of wardrobe malfunctions. It was like a nip slip every 1.3 seconds. While Lala Ree was very funny, she was doing the song, embodying the song. She was really feeling the song. All in all, definitely to me better than the first lip sync. Better than the first lip sync. And she has to get extra points for lip syncing and ice skates, right? Like it has to be extra points for that. My pick, Shantae, you both stay. The winner, Lala Ree. And so Miss Denali has to go head over. And they actually show her going into the pork chop loading deck to see Joey J there. Not only does she see Joey J there, but she notices, they both notice on the wall that there's pictures of every first queen to exit. Right? Pork Chop, Shangela, Venus Delight, Elisa Summers, Penetration, Kelly Mantle, Magnolia Crawford, Tempest Dujour, Naisha Lopez, James Mansfield, Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, Soju, Dahlia. They're all sitting there. Some of them we know and love. Some of them we forgot when they left. But their pictures are there as the pork chops of their season. And Denali meets Joey, and we knew they just couldn't be going home like that, right? Rue is not going to do that. The next two queens to walk into the workroom are my two favorites. We have Simone and Tamisha Iman. So Simone walks in there first. She is looking tall, dark, and beautiful. And we know makeup and a wig will really help you get your life. They really help you get your life. And Tamisha walked in there just like a pageant queen and just looking just as regal as she could. And Simone even gave her a compliment, and she did get a little shady. She said, I'm into fashion. Maybe a little jab at Simone's outfit, which was made up of pictures of herself. Conceited much? I don't know. She just said that she loves who she is and she doesn't mind letting other people know it. When Tamisha and Simone get on the stage, Tamisha starts talking about how she's recovering from cancer. Like, wow, she just recovered from some cancer. She was actually cast on season 13. So who got her spot, right? She was actually cast on season 13. Maybe somebody got lucky and got that spot. I don't know. But she was able to come back. She talks about being blessed, and she is so blessed to recover. And now I feel like I love her even more than I already did. So as they're sitting there and Ruth starts talking about now they have to lip sync for their life, Simone is like, I just got here. I'm like, right? Let me take my shoes off first. You about to try to kick me out and I ain't even got comfortable yet. So they up there and they're going, and I don't see as much nervousness as I saw in some of the other girls that went before them, but they are nervous. Tamisha got right to it. She was giving you all a Janet. They were lip syncing to Pleasure Principle, and she was really moving. To say that she couldn't walk just last year when she was recovering, I could never tell, because she was moving, grooving, and getting her life just a dancing to it. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Simone, she was making Rue laugh, and we know that that's the secret to win. Rue loves to laugh. I love the lip sync all around. I love them both, but my pick was Tamisha. And the winner was Simone. So Tamisha had to go off to the pork chop loading dock. And she said, I'll always be a Rue girl. And I think she was just appreciative for the moment, being as where she came from, and that she made it back there and Rue gave her that second chance. And she really just looked appreciative for the moment. But when she got back there and now she sees Denali and Joey J, and she's like, wait a second, what? And Joey and Denali are like, well, maybe we're not leaving, maybe we're not. And Tamisha is like, the lady said go home, right? The lady said go home. That's what she want us to do. She kicked us out. So Tamisha is really not kind of feeling any type of vibe that says they might leave there. You know, she kicked her out, and she's still kind of a little bit unbelieving that it might be something more to it. The next two queens into the workroom, Gottmik and Utica Queen. Gottmik walks in first, and cute, right? She's cute. She is a trans man, so she's really pretty, right? she's cute, not feeling the kind of outfit that she had on. And so they talk about Gottmik being this wonderful makeup artist, and I can definitely see the detail in her eyes, but I'm just not feeling the whole look of the outfit put together, the outfit and the white makeup that she does on her face. I'm just not kind of feeling it altogether. Utica Queen walks in next, and she is giving me Thor G vibes. Thor G Thor. And she has on this whole mismatched outfit that totally matches her drag style, and I kind of get it from her, and that's okay, because it all goes together. And the strawberry, I'm not too fond of yet, but that's what she has. And when she gets out on the main stage, she tells the story behind that strawberry, talking about she was scared of it before, so now she wants to confront it. I ain't feeling that story either, so I'm not really sure how that strawberry wanted to fit into the rest of the outfit with the mismatched patterns, because they kind of like did go together. And so Rue, with her remarks, she always gets me. She always got the witty thing to say. She asked them, do you guys perform well under pressure? And she says, wait, don't answer. I think we're about to find out. And like, they are looking nervous, and you can see the nervousness. You can feel the nervousness just dripping off of Utica. Gottmik looked like she was feeling the music, vibing everything, and Utica was just being weird. My pick was Gottmik, and the winner was Gottmik. Rosé and Olivia Lux were the next two queens to do their lip sync. So Rosé, she walked in first by herself. Kind of a cutie also. Definitely can tell he's seasoned, she's seasoned. She had her whole interest planned out from top to bottom, and came in and said her little witty remark and posed and opened the mouth, and you see the little blackened tooth and everything, and there was nobody in the room to see it. Oh, because it was perfect, right? It was perfectly plain. You could tell that she put some thought into it. Rosé got some extra talents, right? She is not just a talented drag queen. She was on The Voice. She was on America's Got Talent. She was in a little girl group with Jan, in a singing group. So she has some extra hidden talents to bring to this competition. Olivia Lux walked in with that little bag. OMG, it was so cute. I loved it. And I watched some commercials leading up to the premiere. And when I saw him, I just knew that was my baby. And yes, he was. I already told y'all Olivia Lux is one of my favorites, and I love him. Turns out they both New York queens, and they actually know each other. Rosé hosted a competition that Olivia was in. So my, how these tables have turned. And it surely said, because I was getting Raja and Shangela all over again. Olivia, definitely more humble than Shangela. I got that. But Rosé was just as elitist, shady, condescending as Raja was. Now, Raja definitely has skills to back it up, and I'm thinking that Rosé does too. But Shangela made it far in that season, and, you know, should have won All Stars 3. So let's not just count Olivia Lux out just yet. Especially after what went down on the main stage. So Rosé and Olivia lip synced to X's and O's. And they were giving me like they actually both were. Olivia turned out to have a reveal. Okay, and I don't know why that outfit was needed to be a two-piece in the first place. And when she did walk into the workroom, it did seem like her hips were a little big. I chalked it up to padding, but maybe it was just the overlap of the two-piece that her outfit was. Olivia was having fun on that stage. You could tell. Rosé was putting on a show like it was her concert, but you could tell she was getting lost in it. As they were showing us scenes, they were showing us more of Olivia instead of Rosé. And Olivia's personality was shining all the way through. My pick to win was Olivia. The actual winner was Olivia. And Rosé was in shock. She could not believe that she just lost to Olivia. the little girl that just started doing drag a minute ago. Being that season 13 queens, we knew there were 3 queens left. Are all 3 of these queens going to lip sync together? Yeah, they are. So first to enter the workroom was Tina Burner, giving me all the Nina West vibes that I can take. And I love me some Nina, so I'm hoping she give me the same thing. But why did her interview outfit match her entrance outfit look? That's also a first. Because she definitely was going with those fireman vibes. Tina Burner, right? Going. Kimora comes in the workroom looking super glitzy, sparkling, giving you the showgirl vibes, giving us all the showgirl vibes. And when she comes in and starts talking to Tina, she calls her a sexy hot dog. Really though? Sexy hot dog? She is just trying to give the shade. Elliot with 2 T's comes in the workroom next, and she got the 80s going on, giving me the salt and pepper 80s vibe. Okay, onion powder, I see you. Okay, the necklace just was like blending into the neck. It was like this kind of pale pink color, and it was just getting lost. And I don't know if it was the color of her neck, the foundation, it was getting lost. And of course, Kimora and Elliot. And of course, Kimora had some more shady stuff to talk about. Elliot's outfit. Kimora was just being extra shady. So I guess she was right in her interview when she said that. Only seeing 2 people and she already got 7 shady gongs. Bung, right? Because of all the shadiness that she was saying towards Tina and Elliot. So it turns out they go to the main stage, all 3 of them. Turns out Tina was in a boy band group, right? And Elliot is a dancer. All these queens are dancers. Kimora is Jada's little sister. You know I love me some Jada, right? And they found out that they have to lip sync right away, and their lip sync is Lady Marmalade. I think that was the perfect one to leave for the trio. Okay, so now I'm thinking like when these girls get called to be on the next season, everything is going to be different. It's not going to be coming out with the most dramatic, the most crazy type of interest look. You got to come out with an interest look that you can lip sync in. Bodysuits, jumpsuits, I don't know. But now that these 3 are lip syncing, and Tina is turning it and burning it just like she said. Elliot, to be a dancer to me, is being pretty timid. Like, I'm losing her. She's not demanding my attention and making me look. And Kimora, she has on this, ball gown. Well, she has on a gown. It does have a split. She says that it works for every occasion, but I don't know. Certain parts of the song, I feel like they gave Tina the win. The first part when they was like, hey, yeah, right? They both like went down, which is good for the thing, but Tina stood up. So it was kind of like they were like her backup singers, and she was like the one demanding all the attention. And then they did it again at the end when they did the Marmalade, right? I'm not gonna show y'all my singing voice. When they did that, they both kind of went down as well, and Tina was like standing up above them, and it kind of like it kind of made her the center of attention. And I think that's why she actually was getting the attention. In all actuality, Elliot lost the lip sync when Ruth said 3 queens stand before me. Right? Elliot lost right there. You could see it all on her face. My pick, the winner, was Tina. Who was the winner? Tina. Okay? She made a promise that if she was to win, right, she would not do something again for a year. And I guess that chicken gonna have no hands on his neck, right, because she won. So keep to your promise, right? And Elliot, I don't like pork chop either, Elliot. Me either. I mean, it does taste good. I just don't eat the pork. But there, Elliot and Kimora go to the pork chop loading deck. And that's where they meet all the other queens that are there in that pork chop loading deck, right? We knew all of them wasn't going home. They all couldn't go home, right? And so they show little pictures of the winner circle. They just a laugh and a hee hee and a ha ha and a having a ball. While those girls sitting in the pork chop loading deck is just like sad. Rose giving me all the bitter vibes, grapefruit, cranberry, lemon, all of that, mad sour, right? And then here comes the next twist. Pork chop queens have to give a fellow queen the chop. Okay. This is not RuPaul's All Stars, right? Why are they choosing who goes home? No, Ru. I love it when you guys make the decision. And Tamisha is like, please don't vote me off first, which is like always the thought, because in the scary movie, the black person always dies first. So she got to say that, right? And now this show is over, and of course they don't let us know who they pick. They don't let us know what is next, so we are like left like gagging and kind of like waiting, can't wait for the next episode so we can know what happened. What does she mean? And so when I was watching this, we had a lot of like thoughts as well. So, and I kind of saw some things. I didn't read too much because I don't like to before I give my own thoughts. I don't want to be influenced by anybody else. People were saying that the winning lip syncers were really the bad ones, and that the ones that got the pork chop were better than those. Now, I don't agree for most of them. I agree with who Ru chose to win for most of the lip syncs. So I don't go with that. Another one, yeah, so they kind of, with that vein, the pork chop queens will actually vote off one of the winning queens. I don't know. I was kind of looking at the scenes from the next episodes, kind of count the queens, see who was there, and I don't really think it would be that. What I'm really thinking is I'm hoping that nobody actually goes home with a vote from the other queens, because Ru did say they all have a chance to return the competition after they give one queen the chop. Maybe she's just being shady and trying to make them see who would they vote off. I don't know. Right? And maybe none of them go home, but I hope not. And that was the real season. That was the episode. And they want to come up with a Untucked afterwards. What do we even need an Untucked for? And I love Untucked. But with this way this episode went, what was the Untucked? There was nobody waiting for your critiques. There was nobody doing that. But they gave us an Untucked anyway. Right? And in the Untucked, we kind of just saw a little tiny bit more. So we saw that Tamisha actually shared her cancer survival story with the other queens in the pork chop loading deck, and maybe that will make them not vote her off. They might feel sorry for her. I mean, like, because if she can overcome that, then clearly she is blessed, and you don't want no bad luck coming to you. So maybe they won't vote her off. Another thing that came out was how many times these queens have auditioned. So remember, when back then, of course, not that many people was auditioning, RuPaul's Drag Race kind of like put Drag Race on the map. It made it mainstream. So we always knew RuPaul. RuPaul showed up on a bunch of sitcoms from back in the day when I was a little kid. And I knew her and him, Kevin, as he was on Will Smith, right? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. But when it came out with Drag Race, all these new generation of little boys came up looking and knowing that they can do this and they can be that. So there's millions, so many more people auditioning. And if she can only pick 13, 14 queens, of course there's so many that don't get in. So a lot of these queens had the stories of they auditioned 3, 4, Tina lost count. Lala Ree and Olivia Lux only auditioned once, and they're brand new and newbies. So like I said in my other video, I didn't really know how long they would last. Lala Ree, I thought she might be the first queen to go if it went traditionally. Olivia Lux, I thought she might be like for three episodes if it went traditionally, but you never know what's gonna happen now. But they're definitely less experienced, and somebody always has to go first. If that's their first time, if they've just been doing it, then maybe them, and then they can always come back. She's done that several times before with other queens, right? So the queens in who won was talking about like somebody got to go home with all the stuff they packed, right? Because season after season, these queens bring a lot of stuff, right? I don't even know how they all fit it. I think I saw Tina, she had it in the vacuum seal there. So I'm like, maybe that's a way, but some of that stuff is so elegant, you don't really want to do stuff like that to it. And so they're talking about how, having to unpack and then pack again. But if you don't open a suitcase, does it even count that you was really on here? I don't think it counts. They started talking about coronavirus, of course. How it is, they had to quarantine. They get tested so much. The crew members have on masks, so it's real and upfront, and they're not gonna see anybody else. We saw a little de-drag. It was just a little bit, not quite the same as what I was thinking when everybody de-drags and they all see each other for the first time, whatever. They talked about the trade of the season. They they said no. There was no trade. I mean, Lala Ree said she was maybe like the tradiest. Maybe I agree with her, and that's not saying much. And they go back to the pork chop loading dock, and I'm seeing Rose. She's giving me Ariel Versace vibes. I don't know. I'm just looking at the way her like hair was done compared to her face. But I feel like don't steal her wigs, because she will fight. I feel like she might fight you. So don't take her wigs. But definitely giving me those Ariel Versace vibes. And at the end, they showed them walking out of the workroom, which is weird because we see them walking out the workroom, but then we saw them get in a van, and you don't normally see the winning queens get in the van. So I don't know if that is it always like that. Is there like seen their hotel off site, or did they just want to show us this time? Because like I said, what was the purpose of Untucked? Maybe they didn't have a lot of scenes and a lot of footage. I don't know. And maybe that's why they just wanted to show us. But all in all, I can't wait to see this next episode. What are you gonna do, Rue? What are you gonna do? Why did you do that? But what do you guys think? Were you really gagged over that plot twist? Did you like it? Were you looking forward to the old thing like I was? Did you want to see that drag on a dime? Right? Tell me what you were looking forward to and what you thought about this first episode too. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more and we can talk together. Let me know. Miss Danny Baby, coming back telling you what she thought about this episode. Thank you guys.